That crime wave we were talking about earlier is just about ended, but we still have to mete out the last remnants of justice with this crackdown that occurred here in the lovely community of Tsawwassen. You will notice that we have an empty jail cell in the Rotary Club of Tsawwassen's Bail Them Out of Jail Day. But here we have again 2 more prisoners who have got to serve their time. They did the crime and now they got to serve their time. Debbie McKenzie and Karen Fulcher. Hello, Debbie. I'm sorry if you're not getting a great welcome here today, but you know, you are, after all, here in jail. Hi, Karen. It's all right. They're in jail. They're going to take the handcuffs off now. And you're lucky because actually the last prisoners, well, we just decided we'd leave them on a little bit longer, just give them a little bit of a scare. And you didn't have shackles either, because that was an option too. Hey, and could we have a big round of applause from the crowd here for our Delta Police volunteers who have added a great element of class and authenticity to our proceedings today.
Way to go.
Now we're closing the door. You are inside. What a harrowing feeling that must be, to be inside knowing your freedom is now suspended. We're going to have to read from the charge sheet now. So here is why these folks are incarcerated in our little jail. As executive director for the Little House Society, Ms. McKenzie has devoted countless hours to improve the quality of life for our citizenry, especially the most vulnerable. Her success with her staff in improving the lives of many have taken many of our fellow Tsawwassenites out of troublesome circumstances and back into the productive, happy mainstream. But, therein, folks, lies the crime. And Ms. McKenzie is joined in arrest and detention by her associate, Karen Fulcher, a loyal colleague indeed, who would follow her into the depths of the dungeon as well. However, under Karma Criminal Code Section NNN, it is unlawful to interfere with local police doing their law enforcement duties. Local studies have shown that the success of Little House Society has resulted in reduced community crimes. That reduction, folks, is evidence of the crime. Now, like Miss Hanson before her, I feel her pain and I feel her sympathy, but that only goes so far. You are a criminal under the code. You must feel shame and do your time. Before we begin your period of incarceration, Ms. McKenzie, did you know you and your staff's good community work would come to this? Do you think your commitment to helping our community will be adversely impacted by your obvious angerness now and bitterness with the law?
Yes, I do. I think so, yep.
So we've now changed forever the ethos of the Little House Society. You're now going to be bitter and twisted?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yep, I'm bitter and twisted.
Bitter and twisted, but not when you emerge from the cell. I have a feeling that you will be full of optimism and light, positiveness, carrying on your mission in the community with renewed vigor. I will. She's already talking about that. All right, so for those of you who have just joined us, they are able to bail themselves out of this terrible, scummy, awful, against the Geneva Convention jail, looks more like we got it from the zoo, by raising $1,000 in bail money. $1,000. Can it be done? Because what we're encouraging to do is you can call a friend. We have a Wi-Fi capability in here, and you can get on Facebook, you can do whatever you want to reach out and say, folks, we shouldn't be in here. It's a travesty of the community. You got to get us out of here. And $1,000 to support Rotary programming is a very, very small price to pay. So the sooner that you're able to raise that money, the sooner you will be free again to enjoy the birds, the leaves, the music. You'll appreciate it that much more when you get out of jail. Thank you, Peter, and thank you, Rotary, for all the tremendous work that you continue to do in this community, including this Rotary Square, this wonderful facility that we are at today. Not so wonderful for our jailbirds, though, because, of course, they are on the other side. Karen, I understand that we're going to let you out of jail for just a minute, so that, or actually, I can't, you see, I don't have the power to do that, so I'm going to hand the mic to you inside jail, and I understand you want to say a few words about the work that you folks do.
I think Debbie's better off.
Debbie wants to do that?
Yeah.
Then Debbie, you
She's
fire
really-
away.
Thank you. So at Little House Society, we provide counseling services for the residents of Delta. The city of Delta has graciously donated funds to us to provide 4 free counseling sessions for any Delta resident. So that's something that I think is making a big difference in the community for sure. We also host a series of recovery-based meetings. So we have Alcoholics Anonymous, Al-Anon, Narcotics Anonymous. There are 13 meetings a week at Little House Society. So there's always something going on there as well. We also have our rooms for rent. So we have agencies and services within the Delta community that are able to come in and use those services as well. Anything else that I'm missing? No. Yeah. Oh, we're. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Mine's my password. Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, just a short explanation and concise explanation of all the work that you do, but it is so broad and so far-reaching, and the reputation that you've built in this community is so profound that I think it speaks an awful lot to the work that you do. So thank you. Let's have a big round of applause for the Little House Society and the work that they do.
Thank you, Judith.
And they're just getting the Wi-Fi password now, so I guess that's going to enable you to perhaps even reach out further. And there's something that we'd like to say, and we've said it a couple of times already today. Of course, you know that the $9,829 we've raised so far, and we're not done yet, is going to support Rotary Club of Tsawwassen projects and events, with partial proceeds going to Cops for Cancer and the Delta Police Foundation. But as much fun as we're having and lots of giggles and so forth, there is a serious side to all of this that we'd like to underline. The Rotary Club of Tsawwassen would like to thank all the donors along with their pledges that they have made to this event. But we've got to bear in mind that for many people, and perhaps for many of the folks that deal with the Little House Society, the realities of incarceration in the bail system are not a laughing matter. They're anything but fun. In fact, they're often traumatic and are disproportionately experienced by the poor and by people of color. And here we have a donation coming. A gentleman who wants to get you out of here. Thank you so much. Why are you being motivated to give?
Actually, that was to keep them in.
Okay. All right. Do you want to give back his donation? Oh dear. So I just want to complete the thought that this fundraiser, we hope, has brought some of those realities of incarceration to our collective attention as a community. And as a result, Rotary is committed to learning more about the effects of incarceration in the jail system. And we plan to have a Rotary meeting in the near future that's going to address some of these issues in order that we can continue to grow in our awareness and sensitivity towards people who are behind bars in our community. And if you would like to join Rotary at this meeting of learning and what it means to seek peace and justice in our neighborhoods and around the world, please contact Rotary at info@rotarytsawwassen.org. And there you go. Now I'm going to check with our warden here. Warden, where are you? Where's the warden gone? Okay, because these folks have been very, very busy with their work here and beforehand. And I have a sneaky feeling that they are not only meeting, but exceeding that $1,000 bail.
You guys have done really well. But if you've got a cup behind you, maybe this could go in your cup. This is a random donation.
Thank you.
There you go.
Are you able to provide us with? Thank you. But we don't know which network it is.